Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Andy. I am a medical photographer and I make videos right here on YouTube. Today I want to talk about a piece of equipment that you can use to take your mobile filmmaking to the next level. Let's get into it. Today I want to talk about making videos on your mobile phone. It's not something I typically do, particularly not in a vlogging or talking head type of scenario. I always use my camera for that setup. Not to say I haven't used my mobile for filming, I use it for B-roll and for time lapses quite a lot. Actually, I've been sneaking into videos and nobody seems to have noticed the quality. In fact, the slow motion that you can get on some cameras is actually really good. Now, the problem I have when it comes to making videos on a phone is that traditionally the best camera is the one on the rear of the phone. So the problem is that makes it really difficult to monitor yourself if you've got this facing the other way. So if you set it to the front camera, yes, you're going to be able to see yourself, you're going to get your exposure and your autofocus and make sure that's correct, but you're maybe going to lose a bit of the image quality. That being said, most folk can sit through bad image quality if the audio is really good, and that is the number one reason why I don't tend to vlog on a mobile phone. I know plenty of people do, and there's microphones out there, but the problem is most mobile phones nowadays don't have a 3.5mm jack, such as this phone here has the USB-C style. But we're going to fix that today because the guys over at Comica have sent out a USB-C lavalier microphone, and I'm really excited to see how that works with the phone, how good the audio quality is. But I'm thinking I'm going to go a walk and go somewhere with a bit more noise, less of a controlled atmosphere, because typically a mobile phone is going to pick up quite a lot of background noise, and anything that's going on in the background should be picked up, whereas a lavalier mic close to my mouth should do quite a good job of isolating myself when I'm talking. Let's take a walk and find somewhere to record the rest of the video. Okay, so slight change of plans as it's just started raining. I was going to go out into the woods to test the microphone, but I figured while it's raining, hopefully it's just a shower, I should probably show you what it is we're talking about today. This is the Comica CVM Sig.Lav V05 UC. Bit of a mouthful, but this is the microphone in question that we're talking about today. It's a lav mic which attaches straight into the phone. So out the box, instructions, carry pouch, always good. The main unit here with a clip for attaching it to yourself and your audio gain controls. And of course the important bit here is the USB-C connection for plugging straight into the phone. So an interesting feature is the fact that it takes these button style batteries, which I think is actually a good thing because you can buy a multi-pack of these for £1. They are so cheap, and Comica claim that they do last for hours without needing replaced, so we'll test that in time. It looks like there's quite a lot of cord, so you should be able to get a good distance between yourself and the phone for when you're recording. One other feature I forgot to mention is there's actually a headphone jack built into the bottom of that there. So that should help for monitoring the signal before you start recording, just to make sure you're not too loud or distorted, or obviously too quiet as well. Okay, day 2. I'm going to walk through the woods. I'm going to try and find a wee place to stop to test the microphone outside. I don't use lavalier mics that much, but I thought instead of being in the studio, which is more of a controlled environment, I'd go out into nature where there's going to be more noises, birds, trees, water, wind, that sort of thing. So down here is one of my favourite spots, which I have no idea anything about this place, but there's a bridge just over there. I don't know if you can see that. We'll go and take a better look, but I don't know where it goes or the history behind it. It's just quite an interesting place. So anyway, I'm going to try and set up somewhere to test out the microphone. Here we go. So that's the bridge behind me. A bridge in the middle of the woods. How cool is that? So I'm definitely improvising today. I seem to have lost my tripod somehow, I don't know where it is, and this is the setup we have to mount the phone. I really don't like these Gorilla pods, I find them to be absolutely useless, but fair play, today it has actually saved my bacon a wee bit. There it is. Let's get this plugged into the phone and see how that sounds in comparison to the phone's built-in microphone. So this is a super sketchy setup we're going with to test out this microphone. Okay, so this is what the microphone sounds like coming straight from the phone. I don't know how much ambient noise you can pick up in the background. You might get a lot of leaves rustling, bit of wind noise, and the further I go away, the less of me you should probably be able to pick up. So I'm probably about 7 or 8 feet away from the phone just now. So let's plug in the microphone and see how that sounds in comparison. Okay, I've now swapped over to the Comica lav mic, and this is how we're sounding approximately 2 to 3 feet away from the phone. So I'm just going to work my way backwards until I am as far as the lavalier mic will allow me to go. So I'd say I am probably a good 9 or 10 feet away from the phone at this point. So I don't know whether this is picking up less background noise and more of my voice, or whether the phone's actually doing a better job. I'm going to have to take it into the studio, import the footage, listen through headphones and see how it sounds. But hopefully this is gives you a good representation of what you can expect using a lav mic outside in this kind of scenario. In theory, it should sound better than the camera's built-in microphone because it's a lot closer to the source that we want to capture, which is my voice, and less of the background noise. So all that's left to do is get back to the studio and import the footage and see how it sounds. So I've had this microphone for a few weeks now, and I've discovered a couple of things about it, some good points and some bad points. We're going to start with the good points because basically it is a good microphone. First of all, the price is coming in at around £40, but in fact on Amazon right now you can get an option to apply this £10 voucher, so you're getting this microphone for around £30. I'll leave the link below because I'm not sure how long that offer is going to last for, but full price it's coming in at around £40. Second point is going to be the audio quality, which is actually pretty good for a £40 microphone. Plugs straight into your phone, and I'm going to tell you a little trick at the end just how to improve that quality further, because you've seen previously in the video I've tested the microphone out in the woods and I've brought the footage into Final Cut and I edited it together, and I've added on my preset to the footage to make it sound better. However, most people are just going to be using this directly on their phone without any editing for live streams, TikTok, YouTube shorts, that sort of thing. Anything that involves getting content out quickly is where I can see this microphone getting used. Particularly if you're in a noisy environment like a concert or something like that, you're going to be able to get your message across without being drowned out by background noise. So as I mentioned before, it takes the button style batteries, which they are cheap but maybe not as readily available as standard AA or AAA batteries, so that may be a pro or a con for you. So again, I would imagine most people are going to have this clipped onto their belt or something like that, their trousers, their pocket, with the USB-C attached to the mobile phone and the lavalier clipped onto their collar. So the cable is going to be plenty long enough for that, but it is a good 10 feet long I'd say, so you do have scope to move further away from your phone if that is your intended purpose, but for the most part most people will be keeping this pretty short. And alongside that long cable, another advantage is the fact that it comes with the carry pouch, because cables like this can become quite messy in a bag and get tangled with other cables and things like that. And that brings me on to the first bad point about the microphone that I don't like, is the fact that these cables are fixed and attached. So if you do damage any point of the cable, you're going to have to replace the full unit, because these cannot be taken off to replace. All in all, I'd say this is a really well priced unit for the features and the sound quality that you get from a £40 microphone. So I'd recommend it for people that like to make Instagram stories, YouTube shorts, TikTok videos, anything that is quick content that you want good audio quality on. This I would have absolutely no problems recommending for that purpose. I mentioned earlier about a way to get the maximum sound quality out of this without bringing it into editing software like Final Cut or Premiere Pro. There's an app on your phone called Dolby On. So what you want to do is go into your Play Store or App Store and look for this app here. It's called the Dolby On Record Audio and Music. It offers lossless audio recording and also eliminates background noise further. So using this microphone combined with this app is going to significantly improve your audio quality without having to take it into the computer to add presets and clean up any issues with the audio. Okay, so I've just put my headphones in so as I can monitor the audio, but this is an audio check using the Dolby On app. I'm going to put some EQ on after the recording just to let you hear the difference, and then I'll do a recording without the app, just using the phone's built-in stock camera app for recording that one. But this is with the Dolby On app. And this is going to be an example of how the audio sounds without the Dolby app. This is just straight through the camera app that comes as standard on the camera. Hopefully you can hear a big difference, and that is pretty much why if I'm using this lav mic, I will be using it through the Dolby On app. So once you have recorded your tracks on the Dolby app, this is what it's going to look like. You can scroll through them all here. These are some that I've made before. This most recent one, I'm just going to tap there. Okay, so I've just put my headphones in so as I can monitor the audio, but this is an audio check. And in here you can go into Tools, and you can choose Noise, add noise reduction. You can set the bass, mid and treble tones yourself, or in here you've got the option to change the style and the sound quality of the presets within the app. I quite like amped or deep just to exaggerate the bass. And that's pretty much it. You hit OK, done, and simply save to your device. Or you can upload direct to any of these platforms here. So that's it for today's video. I'm going to leave a link below to the lav microphone and also to the Dolby app, and I might actually chuck in my plugin that I use for all of my audio presets as a freebie today, just because I'm feeling generous. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you like this kind of video. There's more to come in the future, and I will see you in the next one.